One of the fastest and easiest way how to make money on stocks market is to play opening momentum trade setups. But are you a trader who is still missing those fast momentum play setups at the open? This video is exactly for you, and I will show you how to recognize those momentum play setups even before the market is open. I hear you guys, if you are a beginner trader, these momentum setups are oftentimes very fast, spready, and for most of you it seems like untradeable. So please stick around in this video and I will show you exactly techniques how you can recognize the name which is going to outperform straight away from the market open. So there are only two major characteristics. We have to be breaking daily important resistance level plus elevated volume. And if all of these together is happening 5 or 10 minutes before the market open in the pre-market, that's your name which you can stick to for opening momentum play setup. Now let's move on to a platform and I'm going to show you the real chart examples. But before you're still complaining about those setups, hey, I'm often getting shaken now, it's a spready, it's a fast, I can't trade them because it's shake me out all the time, or 9 out of 10 times, I'm going to reveal to you how you can change your narrative about those fast opening momentum setups, and you can still trade them even if you are a beginner trader and catch a home run momentum at the open. So the setup which I was talking about is a SPY index breaking 760 major daily level. The daily level, it is here, it is new all-time high, so it's a very important major daily resistance level. So let's zoom in a specific day in a pre-market when we were breaking 760 resistance level. So the first thing what you can see, we are breaking 760 level with the elevated volume. This is the number one of the major characteristics which you have to recognize. Then moving forward, you are going to pre-market very close to opening market, let's say 9:20, 9:25 Eastern time. And once you start recognizing that the volume is spiking up and the following candle, sorry, this is 9:20 candle, and the following candle is also more elevated volume. And that simply means someone is front running the move. We are still holding about 760 level, which is our major daily resistance level. Someone is getting more volume into your individual name. In that case, it is SPY index, and it's simply someone is just not waiting for a market open, but it is front running the move. Now let's see what happened candle by candle after market open. So once we open, very strong candle to the upside. We are still holding about 760. We are also breaking through new pre-market high. This is another very important resistance level, and you can start getting into the position. Where I would be risking, I would be definitely risking all the way down to latest pivot point from the pre-market, below, a little bit below 760, because opening candle, it is exactly the spot which you can very easily get shaken out because of the volatility. Now let's move on to the next candle. The next candle is a little bit of the doji candle, so the market is waiting. The red candle, and we start going higher. Even if you start getting into this trade at the 762, which is right there at the new high of the day, you are still okay. You are still at the beginning of the move, and you can reach the latest pivot point. In that case would be somewhere about 761. Now remember, I told you I will tell you one simple trick how you can avoid every single mistake which you are making with those opening momentum setups. The first thing what you have to change is how you are thinking from the risk management perspective about these fast opening momentum setups. And then one simple trick which really helps me is less is more approach. Now let me explain you what I mean by that. If your regular position is 500 shares and let's say 50 cents risk, so you are risking 250 per position, change your perspective about these momentum setups, and instead of trying to aim for 500 shares, size down for 200 shares. Maybe don't risk 50 cents, but wait until the momentum start breaking through these major levels and take 200 shares, maybe with the $1 risk. So you are almost risking the same amount of the money. However, you have to change the trade management, and the trade management with those strong opening momentum setups is start focusing on the momentum to the upside. You are not trading the trending market, you are trading vertically momentum to the upside. So don't be ashamed to aim for a resistance number 2, resistance number 3 even. Now let's have a look how you could manage this position without getting stopped out, or how to manage the position if we are trading into new all-time high. So what I like to do is flip on the 5-minute time frame only, and I'm trying to recognize where is the first potential ending volume. So we start taking up, breaking new high of the day from this little consolidation with elevated volume a little bit, and we are getting again about 762 price level into new all-time high. Now what I will be looking for, I will be definitely looking for elevated volume to the upside at the new all-time high level. So let's move on candle by candle again, and let's try to recognize where is our potential ending volume. So the following candle approaching 764, it is definitely one of the potential ending volume. Also, it is almost the highest volume of the day from the open. If you have a trade flexibility where you can trim some shares, I would definitely be trimming 764 because of the potential ending volume. And if you are still keeping some runners, you can choose the different trade management, pivot by pivot, or just follow the price action. And once we start breaking to the downside, the trend to the downside, you can just exit the position fully. Your trade management would be, once you recognize the first pivot point above 764, you can move your stop loss. At this point, you are in a winning position no matter what. Now let's have a look for the next price action. We are still trading higher. We are approaching 768 already. Very strong momentum from the open. You could be in the position of $7 profit already. You have a little bit of the pivot point about 767. You can trim your position or move your stop loss over there, but we are approaching the lunch session. So let's move on. How the market react during the lunch session. We are still trading higher. We are not really recognizing the potential ending volume, and we are trading all the way to 773, and we are approaching end of the day. So by the end of the day, obviously you are getting the market on close elevated volume, which is right this one and this one. But if you go trade management pivot point by pivot point, so you can trim your stop loss, pivot point number 1, pivot point number 2, then pivot point number 3, pivot point number 4, and you would get stopped out by the end. Or the second scenario is, once we start putting like a double top. This is our first stop at the 773, and you can very clearly see the buyers are not really stronger to break 773 price level. So we start consolidating at this level, and this is your exit position as well. If you are really interested about the market and education, watch my next video, which you are getting recommended on the screen right now, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.